Hello. Welcome to my little stream. Okay. Hello. Well, it's gonna be a bit scuffed. But who cares? It's the first one on here. And I thought something funny would be fun. So, let's just. Hello. Need to write that down. I'm doing so good. But yeah. So this is my stream. I'm an idiot. Okay. I am done. Wait, is this just my... Okay. Jesus Christ. So I thought that maybe we could watch something relatable. Laugh a little bit, you know? Other than at myself. And give that a go. Hopefully. Let's add. This is the music also, if you're interested. So with the stream, if anyone shows up, I'm gonna probably do a poll of different books that I would be interested in streaming that I feel like isn't really in like all, because I don't see a lot of people doing book readings on streams, and I thought, hey, this would be cool. This is kind of hip, right? I don't know. I'm honestly just trying this out just to see if I would be good at this because I don't know. Maybe. What book to do? I have as many options or as little. Da 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 da. And oh wait, one more. I had another book. I haven't posted the poll, but I had another book. Um, uh, why not? Okay. Why not? It's not what I thought, but oh well. And I'll just have this poll going until I get at least 5 different votes. I don't know. Maybe. But I shall see. But until then, I'm going to be watching TikTok time. Because the TikToks are fun to watch. So see if that worked. Okay. So let's see if this is actually something I can do, or if I'm just bad at reacting to things. Okay. Okay. That but her stuff will just go bad. That's so gross. Oh. Can you eat corn? But like it frozen? That hmm. Huh. That huh.
He's a four. Okay, okay, he's a three, but he's really good with toes.
Driving past me, and do I know you? What are you doing?
That scared the hell out of me.
What's this mean?
I'm cleaning my dad's car for
What?
Wednesday, and I pressed the eject button on the CD player in there. Anyone want to tell me why it's Captain Underpants' super silly CDO fun, including the hit single "Oops I Farted"?
I mean, it is what it is. Jesus Christ.
So my boyfriend just got mad at me for showing him my nipple in Whole Foods. Remind me to never show him my nipple again.
What? There was a man in there.
I need a girlfriend, bro. If I'm out here, if I'm out here hooking up,
How did he? Is did he climb? What? That man got into the air. It gotta be close, right? That
I need a girlfriend, bro.
that's so wow. I've always wanted to get in there, but I'm scared. That
Oh my god. It's so much bigger in real life. Oh my god. Honey, is that a birthday?
nice.
Dude, they have it. They have it. They have gay wine. Gay wine. I want to go to the fuck home. God damn it.
Please don't. I don't have ad. Jesus. Okay, that.
Alright, so listen, I'm gonna break. Alright, so listen. Alright, so listen. I'm gonna write this in the car, so you're still here.
Hello? Who would this be? Uh, um, sorry. Okay.
Good morning, you fucking Jolly Rancher Juju Bean eating motherfuckers. Today is Wednesday, also known as National Wednesday, also known as National I will bust your motherfucking ass. Now turn that motherfucker so you can stamp that motherfucker.
Guys, I got this really cool fan at Pride.
What are you homophobic? It's been a minute since I've been at TikTok. For my youngin, he stole me out of the basket. That's mine.
That ain't a flower, that's the bees. So? Why are you so miserable? Flower. I'm gonna try to remove it again. It says test in pattern. I already did it, so here goes.
What?
See if the water turns frozen. Wait for my face to turn too. One of my friends Steve out on that car, it proposed to me. Like you gonna say driving that bitch.
I don't really love this guy. I'm gonna be honest, okay? Like it's like regurgitative content, which I feel like a lot of people like dig into a lot of other like creators, but like people are pretty chill with him. Specifically just regurgitating, that's the word, regurgitating the same content, and yet he's doing the exact same thing as like a lot of the other creators would be doing, is regurgitating just content in general, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just like why are we okay with one but not the other? Just weird to me.
If Puerto Rico wants to become a state, wonderful, but I'm still a supporter of 50 states for aesthetic reasons. So here's some options we have.
We can combine these and create Florida Georgia line.
District 12, or really gonna think that's orthodox, Dakota, because there truly doesn't need to be two of them.
Feel that?
It's Jacob, I'll be your server. Can you please go home?
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything.
Listen, I don't want to make this a race thing. I'm currently on an all-black comedy show as the only white guy. And I'm the only one that showed up on time. It's the whitest thing I've ever done in my life. I am uncomfortable.
That's an interesting, like, it's completely sexist and not great. But conceptually, hi, I'm a film guy. If you, I guess they kind of do that in Transcendence. I didn't see that movie because it looked like crap. But I guess conceptually that's what that would be, is you're just just has it in her nose. Conceptually, it looks like it'd be interesting to be like, oh, you're in her mind or anyone's mind. It doesn't have to be her. It's not that complicated to just communicate with your significant other, but I digress.
Really weird being 21 now because I can buy cigarettes again because I had that privilege for like 6 months when I was 18. I can buy alcohol now, but instead I'm going to Wendy's because they have Crayola toys in their kids' meals right now.
Oh boy, I can't wait to get food off of my favorite place. Hopefully nothing bad is it.
Yeah, damn. That motherfucker got some. I didn't know you were from New York. I'm from New York. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. It just like came out of my mouth.
What?
Tattoos are a stupid idea.
What?
I don't know.
What?
New York.
What?
I didn't know you were from New York. I'm from New York.
I'm from New York? What?
Sorry.
What is that?
I don't know why. I don't know why.
What is it? Okay.
Tattoos are a stupid idea. They're never executed well. They always look goofy. They age really weird. Pick any other spot for a tattoo. Literally any other spot. Mornings are full of BS.
Ugh.
Te llamo para confirmar, pero tú no quieres.
Oh! No! You, oh. Oh, it looks like Play-Doh. Girl, your teeth look like Play-Doh. You know there's those Play-Doh things where you put the, like, and then you turn the knob, you put the Play-Doh in the machine and then you turn and then they come out and they'd be like, oh, her teeth look like Play-Doh. Oh, oh no. Oh, God.
Statue of Liberty.
Just got to my hotel. Bed bugs.
Oh, that looks.
That regular one seems plenty big. To be quite honest.
My boyfriend got a sandwich. Side bread. Another side of bread.
Bro, why are we freaking moving? Like, if we just kept moving, then traffic would be okay. It's probably just a wreck. Like, why do people just look at wrecks when they pass by? Oh, what the fuck? SeaWorld.
Help shark. Help sharks. Help sharks.
Oh, like okay.
2 steps.
Oh, I do. Okay, first of all, help sharks. It's a good name. Help sharks. Gonna just skip through that one though, because Cause
I am always 2 steps ahead.
Dude,
Oh yeah, put it on a sign, no problem. But when I send it in a text message, I get blocked.
Look closely. Do you see it? Let me help you. Do you see it now? Disturbing, right? In 2014, Keanu took...
okay. So that was something. Do I have people watching me? Anyone? Anybody? Oh, well. Where's my poll? Stop. Nope. Well. Let's, play some more of that. Anything? You know, that's something I want to talk about, actually. Wait. Trying to something situated, sorry. Okay. I'm just gonna pause the music. So there's a lot of like different avenues with like film, TV, and stuff, and I really wish there was some sort of a better collaborative effort between the different like things between all of them, because a lot of media just feels like it's just turning in on of itself. Like no one really, like obviously there's a lot of built-in communities online but for the most part a lot of it is so niche nowadays that they almost cannibalize themselves and like just and then collapse, which I just think isn't great for our communities. I don't know. I really wish more people went to the theater, for instance. but it's expensive. And you can't really do anything in that situation as well, unless you change the experiences of it to make it less expensive. But then if you make it less expensive, then like, well, at that point, what do? Because if it's less expensive now, then where do you take the elements within that and make it worth it? I just think, well, the problems within the filmmaking arena itself has just gotten really bad. It's sad. I love movies and film and internet and just the whole culture of like creation and then putting it out there and just letting that just let people feel this part of yourself, because that's virtually what a lot of content, I hate the word content, but the umbrella term of art is that, which again, I hate. It's awful, annoying, and I just it really makes me, I don't know. I wish there was a good medium space between the availability of content being produced for people to enjoy and not just consume. Because, for example, I've been watching a lot of different like TV shows this past year. I've been watching, God, just to name like a few, like the new Dahmer show I've been watching. I've been She-Hulk. I'm actually watching She-Hulk. I've been watching Andor, which is much better than a lot of shows. And I watched all of Downton Abbey, not all of it. I've been spaced that out throughout this year and some of last year, and I think some of the year before, but I'm not 100% on that. But I watched. Oh, that's what's pulling up. I also been watching. Sorry. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend was a show I've been watching. Star Wars, The Animated Clone Wars, Moon Knight, Smiling Friends a little bit. Need to watch that more. Man vs. Bee was a show I watched, actually. The Terminal List. Miss Marvel. I started Peaky Blinders, and with all these shows, it's remarkable that, like, of every other person I try to, like, go and talk to about these shows and stuff, it always feels like by the end of, like, the conversations that I have with them, it never, like, I want to talk to people about these shows, but for every other show that you want to talk to someone with, they've themselves have not watched the show. And it's hard to find people that have seen the show, because, like, not everyone's watching the same thing. I'm watching Dahmer, about to finish it in like a couple days, but at the same time, everyone I know around me is watching House of the Dragon. But I didn't want to watch House of the Dragon until the season's done, because, like, is this gonna suck? Is it actually gonna have a good follow through? Like, what's the point? So, like, where in that realm of everything would I want to, like, sit and just watch another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing and another thing? And I really wish there was I don't know. Maybe I should get into subreddits more. Obviously it's my fault for, like, not being like into a lot of those realms of what's it called? Jesus Christ, brains farting. Those areas, cause like I'm not like obviously I'm online a lot, but like I'm not into being on the stuff 100% all the time because my communities themselves are with people around me, my friends, my family, my wife, and I really wish it was like I talk to them obviously, but I'm not going out of my way to be like, what do you mean you're not watching this? Oh my gosh. As for one, it's just super judgmental, and I've learned from my back in me olden days that I would do that. I would lash out, and I'm trying not to do that as much anymore because lashing out is cringe, and it's a bit too serious for how I'm talking right now. So I am putting on something else. And I just really wish that, like, the realm of filmmaking, film discussion was also teensy bit less toxic. But I mean, that's the name of the game is Twitter. Has anyone voted in my poll yet? Hello? Poll? No? Anybody? Okay. So I don't know what the rules necessarily are for trailers on YouTube, but I thought I could watch some. Like new movies or something. Oh, Megan. I heard this was a... Oh, wait, I lost my music. Darn it. Well, that was smart. There. Okay. This is playing now. Okay. Okay, I'm doing great. I'm doing so great. Okay. Man vs. Bee was a show I watched, actually. The Terminal is. I'm doing great. I'm doing so great. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm doing so great. this actually work this time. Ugh. I'm determined to get better at this somewhat. Oh wait. Is it that? Gotta hope so. I'm just... Wait, okay. Oh wait, no, that worked. Yay! Okay. I bet I was able to see that on here. Yeah, probably could have. Okay. God, I'm cringe. Okay. This is the trailer for Me Again. Might be interesting to watch. Okay. Hopefully I don't copyright strike or something. Wait, what? You don't take care of your own plants? No. So... Okay. Megan. Ew. Ew. I don't. No. No, thank you. That just kind of looks not good. That looks actually pretty bad. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Well, can't watch it because copyright audio. Oh, audio and video. Well. Can't react to that. Oh. Okay. Okay, I forgot to add a BRB screen. So, I'll be right back. think I'm missing. What? Gosh darn. Chat thing. Because, like, I thought I was supposed to have, like, a little chat thing on the side. However, I think that is missing. So, let me do this. Back. Me. Okay. I was confused, sorry. Where is my chat? Sonic's music just hits different, you know? It's just works. Where is my chat? Ah, there it is. There we go. Okay. Cool. All right. Well. Just vibing with Sonic. Gotta check something really quick. Sorry. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Okay, sorry. You know what? I'm going to make a decision myself. We are going to start reading Dune. But, Devin, we aren't reading. You're reading. Like, well, yeah. So if you have your own copy, get your book. Because we will be reading it together. So, the main reason I also was wanting to stream is so I can actually start reading. Because for a big issue I have when it comes to reading is I'm pretty distracted. You can't tell. I have issues sometimes focusing on what I'm needing to do. So, okay. So, the idea is to try to stream reading. So that way, I can actually like read while I'll at the same time do some reading personally. So that way, I'm not only putting out like educational things, like I mean it's Dune, it's sci-fi epic, but like I also want to be like, hey, if you can't have the availability to get said book, I could read to you, and if you can't read, then I can read it to you, and yada yada yada. I just think it's cool, like a book club, I guess, but not really, because I'm just reading the entirety of the book. Don't know if I'll just get shut down for reading a book on stream. Don't know, there's no copyright system, I'm guessing, about reading. Going to now. You know, actually, Ugh. Good. What am I ever going to do? Because, like... Okay. So... Although this isn't as grand in scope of music in the film, I think this would work perfectly. So, all right. Okay, so Dune. It's a first of all, it's a beautiful cover by Frank Herbert. I will preface, never read it. A lot of the books, as I've said, I don't really read. So this will be almost all of the books that I'll be putting in stream format. I've never read. I don't pre-read. I might see adaptations on screen or something like that. But personally speaking, never read it. I've only heard things about them, how good it is, and hope to try to do this. Can't do it daily, but if I can do this like once a week, maybe, depending on certain situations. I decided to do this tonight for a couple of things. For one, I've been wanting to. I'm in a point where I want to be even more creative than I have been. I want my input within my community and my just livelihood just more often. Like sometimes I won't just read, I guess on stream I'll talk about a movie that I've been wanting to review. For instance, depending on if I get too tired of reading, I might talk with you on the movie I'm probably going to be reviewing tonight, which will be Farce of the Penguins. I'm going to try to write that out and go from there. If you enjoy this, hope you do anyway. And let's get into it. Okay. Set on the desert planet Arcturus. Arcturus? Dune is the story of a boy, Paul Atreides, who would become known as Muad'Dib, of a great family's ambition to bring to fruition humankind's most ancient and unattainable dream. A stunning blend of adventure and mysticism, environmentalists and politics, Dune won the first Nebula Award, I don't know what that is, shared the Hugo Award, know what that is, and formed the basis for undoubtedly the greatest epic in science fiction. And there's like a bunch of quotes and stuff. Okay. Some more quotes. Okay. Oh. There's an ecology of Dune, the religion of Dune, and appendixes, the report of Bene Gesserit, motives and purposes, terminology of the Imperium, a cartographic note, a map, and then afterwards. Cool. All right. Book 1, Dune. Okay. Let's get into it. and I'll try to verbalize when certain characters are talking if they don't distinctly do it, just so there's a realm of distinction between everyone. Okay. A beginning is the time for taking the most delicate care that the balances are correct. This every sister of the Ben Gesserit knows. To begin your study of the life of Muhammad, then take care that you first place him in his time. Born in the 57th year of the Paladician Emperor Shaddam IV, and take the most special care that you locate Muad'Dib in his place, the planet Acarus. Do not be deceived by the fact that he was born on Caladan and lived his first 15 years there. Arrakis, Jesus Christ, Arrakis, the planet known as Dune, is forever his place. From Manual of the Muad'Dib by the Princess Irulan. The week before the departure to Arrakis, when all the final scurrying about had reached a nearly unbearable frenzy, an old crone came to visit the mother of the boy, Paul. It was a warm night at Castle Caladan, and the ancient pile of stone that had served the Atreides family as home for 26 generations bore the cold sweat feeling it acquired before a change in the weather. The old woman was let in by the side door down the vaulted passage by Paul's room, and she was allowed a moment to peer in at him where he lay in his bed. By the half light of a Spencer lamp, dimmed and hanging near the floor, the awakened boy could see a bulky female shape at his door, standing one step ahead of his mother. The old woman was a witch shadow, hair like matted spider webs, hooded, rounded darkness of features, eyes like glittering jewelry.
Is he not small for his age, Jessica?
The old woman asked. Her voice wheezed and tanged like an untuned basilisk. Paul's mother answered in her soft contralto. The Atreides are known to start late getting their growth, Your Reverence.
So I've heard,
wheezed the old woman.
Yet he's already 15.
Yes, Your Reverence.
He's awakened and listening to us,
said the old woman. Sly real rascal, she chuckled. But royalty he needs of slyness, and if he's really the Kawatsi Hadirik, well, within the shadows of his bed, Paul held his eyes open to mere slits. Two bird-bright ovals, the eyes the old woman seemed to expand and glow as they stared into his.
Sleep well, you little rascal,
said the old woman.
Tomorrow, you'll need all your faculties to meet my Gum Jabbar.
And she was gone, pushing his mother out, closing the door with a solid thump. Paul lay awake wondering, what's a Gum Gobbler? And all the upset during the time of change. The old woman was the strangest thing he had seen. Your reverence? And the way she called his mother Jessica, like a common serving wench instead of what she was. I've been just a lady, a duke's concubine, and mother of the Ducel heir. Is a gobjobbler something of Acaries I must know before we go there? He wondered. He mouthed her strange words. Gobber, Goom Gobber? Kawatsi Hadart? There have been so many things to learn. Acaris would be a place so different from Kaladin that Paul's mind whirled with a new knowledge. Acaris. Dune? Desert planet. Thufir Hawit, his father's master of assassins, had explained it. Their mortal enemies, the Horkonans, had been on a trade. I'm gonna get those names confused so much. Sorry. Acaris, 80 years, holding the planet in quasi-filth under a Choam company contract to mine the generatic spice melange. Now the Horkonans were leaving to be replaced by the House of Atreides in fifth complete. An apparent victory for the Duke Leto. Yet, Haught had said, this appearance contained the deadliest peril, for the Duke Leo was popular among the great houses of the Landsraad. A popular man arouses the jealousy of the powerful, Haught had said. Arrakis? Dune. Desert planet. Paul fell asleep to dream of an Arakian cavern, silent people all around him moving in the dim light of glow globes. Glow globes? It was so solemn there, and like a cathedral as he listened to a faint sound, the drip, drip, drip of water. Even while he remained in the dream, Paul knew he would remember it upon wakening. He always remembered the dreams that were predictions. The dream faded. Paul awoke to feel himself in the warmth of his bed, thinking. This world of Castle Kaladin, without play or companions his own age, perhaps did not deserve sadness and farewell. Dr. Hune, his teacher, had hinted that the Falfaluch's class system was not rightly guarded on Acaris. The planet sheltered people who lived on the desert edge, without Caird or Bashir to commend them. Willow, the sand people called Freeman, marked down on no conscious census of the Imperial Regate. Akir? Dune. Desert planet? Paul, since his own tensions, decided to practice one of the mind-body lessons his mother had taught him. 3 quick breaths triggered the response. He fell into the floor. He fell into the floating awareness, focusing the consciousness. Oratorial dilatation, avoiding the unfocused mechanism of consciousness, to be conscious by choice. blood-enriched and swift flooding in over the overloaded regions. One does not obtain food safety, freedom, by instinct alone. Animal consciousness does not exceed beyond the given moment, nor into the idea that its victims may become extinct. The animal destroys and does not produce. Animal pleasures remain close to sensation levels and avoid the perceptual. The human requires a background grid through which to see his universe. Focus consciousness by choice. This forms your grid. Bodily integrity follows nerve blood flow according to the deepest awareness of cell needs. All things, cells, beings, are impermanent. Strive for flow, pure permanence within permanence. Over and over and over within Paul's floating awareness, the lesson rolled. When dawn touched Paul's windowsill with yellow light, he sensed it through closed eyes, opened them, hearing then the renewed bustle and hustle and hurry in the castle, seeing the familiar pattern beam from his bedroom ceiling. The hall door opened and his mother peered in, hair like shaded bronze held with black ribbon at the crown. Her oval face emotionless and green eyes staring solemnly. "You're awake," she said. "Did you sleep well?" "Yes." He studied the tallness of her, saw the hint of tension on her shoulders as she chose clothing for him from the closet rags. Another might have missed the tension, but she had trained him in the benign Gestalt way, in the miniature of observation. She turned, holding a semi-formal jacket for him. It carried the red Atreides hawk crest above the breast pocket. "Hurry and dress," she said. "Revered mother is waiting." "I dreamed of her once," Paul said. "Who is she?" "She was my teacher at the Bene Gesserit school. Now she's the Emperor's truth slayer. And Paul..." She hesitated. "You must tell her about your dreams." "Will she... Is she the reason we got Arrakis? Arrakis. We did not get Arrakis." Jessica had flicked dust from a pair of trousers, hung them with the jacket on the dressing stand beside his bed. "Don't keep revered mother waiting." Paul sat up and hugged his knees. "What's a Gom Jabbar?" Again, the training she had given him exposed her almost invisible hesitation, and a nervous betrayal he felt as fear. Jessica crossed to the window, flung open the drapings, stared across the river orchards towards Mount Seaby. "You'll learn about the Gobber soon enough," she said. He heard the fear in her voice and wondered at it. Jessica spoke without turning. "Revered mother is waiting in my morning room. Please hurry." Jeez. Double check something. Okay. Cool. Alright. Cool. Just double check. The revered mother, Galeas Helen Mohiam, sat in a tapestried chair, watching mother and son approach. Windows on each side of her overlooked the curving southern bend of the river and the green farmlands of the Atreides family holding. But the Reverend Mother ignored the view. She was feeling her age this morning, more than a little petulant. She blamed it on space travel and association with the abominable spacing guild and its secretive ways. But here was a mission that required personal attention from a Bene Gesserit with the sight. Even the baddish Emperor's Trusair couldn't evade that responsibility when the duty call came. Damn that Jessica, the Reverend Mother thought. Oh,
Damn that Jessica.
the revered mother thought.
If only she'd born a girl as she was ordered to do.
Jessica stopped there, 3 paces from the chair, dropped a small curtsy, a gentle flick of left hand along the line of her skirt. Paul gave the short bow his dancing master had taught, the one used when in doubt of another station. The nuances of Paul's greeting was not lost on the Reverend Mother. She said,
He's a cautious one, Jessica.
Jessica's hand went to Paul's shoulder, tightened there. For a heartbeat, Paul pulsed through her palm. Then she had herself under control.
Thus he has been taught, your reverence.
What does she fear? Paul wondered. The old woman studied Paul in the Gestalitan flicker. Face oval like Jessica's, but strong bones. Hair. The Duke's is black, but with brown line of the maternal godfather who cannot be named, and that thin, disdainful nose, shape of directly staring green eyes, like the old Duke, the paternal godfather who is dead. Now there was a man who appreciated the power of bravery, even in death. Oh, wait.
Now there was a man who appreciated the power of bravery, even in death.
The Reverend Mother thought.
Teaching is one thing,
she said.
The basic ingredient is another. We shall see.
The old eyes darted a hard glance at Jessica.
Leave us. I enjoin you to practice the meditation of peace.
Jessica took her hand from Paul's shoulders.
Your reverence? Jessica, you know it must be done.
Paul looked at her mother, puzzled. Jessica straightened.
Yes, of course. Yes. Of course.
Paul looked back at the Reverend Mother. Politeness and his mother's obvious well, this old woman argued caution. Yet he felt an angry apprehensive at the fear he sustained, radiating from his mother. Paul! Jessica took a deep breath. This test you're about to receive, it's important to me. Test? He looked up at her. Remember that you're a Duke's son, Jessica said. She whirled and strode from the room in a dry swishing of a skirt. The door closed solidly behind her. Paul faced the old woman, holding anger in check. Does one dismiss the Lady Jessica as though she were a serving wench? A smile flickered the corners of the wrinkled old mouth.
The Lady Jessica was my serving wench, lad, for 14 years at school.
She nodded.
And a good one, too. Now you come here.
The command whipped at him. Paul found himself obeying before he could think about it. Using the voice on me? He thought. He stopped at her gesture, standing beside her knees.
See this?
She asked. From the folds of her gown, she lifted a green metal cube about 15 centimeters on a side. She turned it and Paul saw that one side was open, black and oddly frightening. No light penetrated that open blackness.
Put your right hand on the box,
she said. Fear shot through Paul. He started to back away, but the old woman said,
Is this how you obey your mother?
She looked up into bright eyes. Slowly, feeling the compulsions and unable to inhibit them, Paul put his hand into the box. He felt first a sense of cold as the blackness closed around his hand, then slick metal against his fingers, and a prickling as though his hand were asleep. A predatory look filled the old woman's features. She lifted her right hand away from the box and positioned the right hand close to the side of Paul's neck. He saw a glint of metal there. Sarah turned away.
Stop!
She snapped. Using the voice again. He swung his attention back to her face.
I hold your neck, the gum gopper,
she said.
The gum chopper. The high-handed enemy. It's a needle with a drop of poison on its tip. Ha! Don't pull away, or you'll feel that poison.
Paul tried to swallow in a dry throat. Feel that. He could not take his attention from the seamed old face. The glistening eyes, the pale gums around silvery metal teeth that flashed as she spoke.
A duke's son must know about poisons,
she said.
It's the way of our times, eh? Musky must be poison in your drink. Hummus must be poison in your food. The quick ones and the slow ones and the ones in between. Here's a new one for you. The gobjobber. It kills only animals.
Pride overcame Paul's fear. You dare suggest the Duke's son is an animal? He demanded.
Let us say I suggest you may be human,
she said.
Steady! I warn you not to try jerking away. I am old, but my hand can drive this needle into your neck before you escape.
Who are you? He whispered. How did you trick my mother into leaving me alone with you? Are you from the Harkonnens?
The Harkonnens? Bless us, no. Now, be silent.
A dry finger touched his neck, and he stilted the involuntary urge to leap away.
Good,
she said.
You passed the first test. Now here's the way of the rest of it. If you withdraw your hand from the box, you die. This is the only rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw, and you die.
Paul took a deep breath and stilled his trembling. If I call out, there'll be servants on you in seconds, and you'll die.
Service will not pass your mother who stands guard outside that door, depending on it. Your mother survived this test. Now it's your turn. Be honored. We seldom administer this to men, children.
Curiosity reduced Paul's fear to a manageable level. He heard truth in the older woman's voice, no denying it. His mother stood guard out there. If this were truly a test, and whatever it was, he knew himself caught in it, trapped by that hand at his neck. The gong jobber. He recalled the response from the Lynchany against fear, as his mother had taught him out of the bind right. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there would be nothing. Only I remain. He feels calmness return. He said, "Get on with it, old woman."
Old woman,
She snapped.
your courage, you've courage, and that can't be denied. Well, we shall see, Sierra.
She bent close, lowered her voice almost to a whisper.
You'll feel pain in his hand within the box. Pain. But withdraw the hand. I'll touch your neck with my gum jobber. The death's so quick, it's like the fall of the handman's axe. Withdraw your hand and the gum job takes you. Understand?
What's in the box?
Pain.
He felt increased tingling in his hand, pressed his lips tightly together. How could this be a test? He wondered. The tingling became an itch. The old woman said,
You've heard of animals chewing off a leg to escape a trap? There's an animal kind of trick. A human will remain in the trap, endure the pain, frightening death that might keep the trapper and remove a threat to his kind. The itch became the faintest.
Oh, wait. The itch became the faintest burning. Why are you doing this? He demanded.
To determine if you're human. Be silent.
Paul had clenched his left hand to a fist as the burning sensation increased. In the other hand, it mounted slowly, his heart heat upon heat upon heat upon heat. He felt the fingernails of his free hand begin biting the palm. He tried to flex the fingers of the burning hand, but he couldn't move them. It burns, he whispered.
Silence!
Pain throbbed up his arm. Sweat stood out on his forehead. Every fiber cried out to withdraw the hand from the burning pit. But the gob jobber, without turning his head, he tried to move his eyes to see that terrible needle poisoned beside his neck. He sensed that he was breathing in gasps, tried to slow his breathing, and couldn't. Ugh. Pain. Wait, am I right? Oh. His world emptied of everything except that hand, immersed in agony, the ancient face inches away, staring at him. His lips were so dry, he had difficulty separating them. The burning! He thought he could feel skin curling black on that agonized hand, the flesh crisping and dropping away until only charred bones remained. It stopped, as though a switch had been turned off. The pain stopped. Paul felt his right arm trembling, felt sweat bathing his body.
Enough!
The old woman muttered.
Kowa!
No woman, child ever withstood that much pain. Oh, wait.
No woman, child ever stood that much pain. I must have wanted you to fail.
She leaned back, withdrawing the jaw from the side of his neck.
Take your hand from the box, young human, and look at it.
He fought down an aching shiver, staring at the lightless void where his hand seemed to be remain of his own violation. Memory of pain inhabited every moment. Reason told him he would withdraw a blackened stump from that box.
Do it!
She snapped. He jerked his hand from the box, stared at it in astonished. Not a mark. No sign of agony on the flesh. He held up the hand, turned it, flexed the fingers.
Pain by nerve induction,
She said.
Can't go around maiming potential humans. There are those who give a pretty for the secret of this box, though.
She slipped into the folds of her gown. But the pain, he said.
Pain?
She sniffed.
I can override any nerve in the body.
Paul felt his left hand aching, uncurled the clenched fingers, looked at 4 bloody marks where fingernails had bitten his palm. He dropped the hand to his side, looked at the old woman. You did that to my mother once?
Ever sift sand through a screen?
She asked. The tantalizing slash on her question shocked his mind into a higher awareness. Sand through a screen? He nodded.
We benign Gesserit shift people to find the humans.
He lifted his right hand, willing the memory of the pain. And that's all there is to it. Pain?
I observed you in pain, lad. Pain's merely the axis of the test. Your mother told you about our ways of observing. I see the signs of her teaching in you. Our test is crisis and observation.
He heard the confirmation in her voice. Said,
It's truth.
She stared at him.
He senses truth.
Wait. Could he?
Be the one? Could he truly be the one?
She extinguished the excitement, reminding herself.
Oh, Cloud's observation.
No,
You know, when people believe that they are.
she said. I know it. The harmonics of ability, confirmed by repeated tests, were his voice. She heard them, said,
Perhaps you are the Kershwashi Hurajan. Sit down, little brother. Here at my feet.
I prefer to stand.
Your mother sat at my feet once.
I'm not my mother.
You hate us a little, huh?
She looked toward the door, caught up.
Jessica!
The door flew open, and Jessica stood there staring hard-eyed into the room. Hardness mounted from her. She saw Paul. She managed to feint a smile. Jessica,
Jessica, have you ever stopped hating me?
the old woman asked. I both love and hate you, Jessica said. The hate? That's from pains I must never forget. The love? That's...
Just the basic fact.
The old woman said, but her voice was gentle.
You may come in now, but remain silent. Close that door and mind it that no one interrupts us.
Jessica stepped into the room, closed the door. and stood with her back to us. My son lives. She thought, my son lives and is human. I knew he was, but he lives.
No.
No,
No.
now I can go on living. The door felt hard and real against her back. Everything in the room was immediate and pressing against her senses. My son lives. Paul looked at his mother. She told the truth. He wanted to get alone away. Oh my gosh. He wanted to get away alone and think this experience through, but he knew he could not leave until he was dismissed. The old woman had gained a power over him. Oh. The truth, they spoke truth. His mother had undergone this test. There must be terrible purpose in it. The pain, the fear had been terrible. He understood terrible purposes. They drove against all odds. They were their own necessity. Paul felt that he could have been infected with terrible purpose. He did not know yet what the terrible purpose was.
Someday, lad,
The old woman said,
you too may have to stand outside a door like that. It takes a measure of doing.
Paul looked down at the hand that had known pain, then looked to the Reverend Mother. The sound of her voice had contained a difference than from any other voice in his experience. The words were outlined in brilliance. There was an edge to them. He felt that any question he might ask her would bring an answer that could lift him out of his flesh world into something greater. Why do you test for humans? He asked.
To set you free.
Free?
Once men turned their thinking over to machines in the hopes that they would set them free, but that only permitted other men with machines to enslave them.
Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of man's mind, Paul quoted.
Right out of the Burundian Jihad and the Orange Catholic Bible,
She said.
But what the OC Bible should have said is, thou shalt not make a machine to counterfeit a human mind. Have you studied the minute in your service?
I've studied with Thurfer Hawat. Hawat?
The Great Revolt took away a crutch.
She said.
It forced human minds to develop. Schools were started to train human talents.
Benign Jesuit schools? She nodded.
We have two chief survivors of those ancient schools, the Mind Jesuit and the Spacing Guide. The Guide, so we think, emphasizes almost pure mathematics. Benign Jesuits perform another function.
Politics? He said.
Cool Wahud,
The old one said. She sent a hard glance at Jessica.
I've not noticed him, Your Reverence.
Jessica said. The Reverend's mother returned her attention to Paul.
You did that on remarkably few clues,
She said.
Politics, indeed. The original Benign Jesuit school was directed by those who saw the need of a thread of continuity in human affairs. They saw there would be no such continuity without spreading human stock from animal stock, for feeding purposes.
The old woman's words abruptly lost their special sharpness for Paul. He felt offense against what his mother called his instinct for rightness. It wasn't that Reverend Mother lied to him. She obviously believed what she said. It was something deeper. something tied to his terrible purpose. He said, "But my mother tells me many benign just out of the schools didn't know their ancestry,"
The genetic lines are always in our records.
she said.
Your mother knows that either she's a benign descent or her stock were acceptable in and of itself.
Then why couldn't she know who her parents are?
Some do, many don't. We might, for example, have wanted to breed her to a close relative, set up a dominant in some genetic trait. Of many reasons.
Again, Paul felt the offense against rightness. He said, "You take a lot on yourselves? You take a lot on yourselves." Her other mother stared at him, wondering,
Did I hear criticism in his voice? We carry a heavy burden.
she said. Paul felt himself coming more and more out of the shock of the test. He leveled a measuring stare at her. He said, You say maybe I'm the Coatsites Herrick? What's that? A human gob Jabbar? Paul, Jessica said, you must have taken that tone with...
I'll handle this, Jessica.
The woman said.
Now, lad, do you know what the truth seller drug?
You take it to improve your ability to detect falsehood, he said. My mother's told me.
Have you ever seen truth-essence?
He shook his head. No.
The drug's dangerous,
she said.
But it gives insight. When a truth seller is gifted by the drug, she could look many places in her memory. In her memories, in her body's memory. We look down at so many avenues of the past, but only feminine avenues.
Her voice took on a note of sadness.
Yet, there's a place where no truther can see. We're repelled by it, terrorized. It is said a man will come on day and find in the gift of the drug his inward eye. He will look where he cannot, both feminine and masculine paths.
Your Kawatsi Hadark?
Yes, the one can be many places at once. The Kawatsi Kawatsi Hadark. Many men have tried the drug. So many, but not succeeded.
They've tried and failed, all of them?
Oh no,
She shook her head.
they tried and died.
Whew! Alright. Alright. So that was the first chapter of it, I guess, of that. That was pretty cool. I've messed up on like 5 words. Let me change my music real quick. That was cool. I think it's a bit heavy, which is pretty cool that I might be able to read such a heavy story within the confines of like Twitch, not YouTube, not Twitch. YouTube. Because it's YouTube, not Twitch. Okay, so now comes the portion of the stream where I will be finishing up / starting a review of a film, which I'll just leave this song playing while I do this. Alright. Okay. Whew. I need a better stream spot. TBH. But, so this portion of the stream will also be mainly me talking. So, I will be actually reviewing the film Farce of the Penguins. I wonder if I could play a trailer of that and not get shut down. Only the entire movie is on YouTube, so maybe no one will care if I watch this. Unless they have, like, music. So let me just, do. Try to do this. There we go. Okay. Okay. So this is the trailer for the film. So, if you couldn't tell already, this is a like a parody movie of March of the Penguins. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Dane Cook. This is a real movie with real actors. Like none of the it literally it's just it was so bad. By Bob Saget. So that's the that's a trailer for the movie that I'm going to not only be talking through with you, but going to be reviewing. Sorry, I had to text. Okay, sorry. All right, so Farce of the Penguins. Let me find a. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. Oh darn it. So that was right. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to get used to doing things like this. This is difficult. Oh my gosh. I'm just trying. Okay. Not. There we go. Okay. So while there's no audio. Well. Here we go. All right. Oh, I'm dumb. Duh. Penguins. Okay. So, all right. So, Farce of the Penguins. I think I'm going to open up with the idea that conceptually the idea that like parody is hard. So I'm going to start opening up with parody can be so extremely difficult just to like put in a framework of that, like, although I find the movie completely abhorrent and it really is barely a movie, it does feel like a tax write-off, like, oh, we did this so we could get footage of penguins. It's weird. It's a weird thing. Okay. And then I think as I begin to go through this opening paragraph, I'm going to elaborate. Ooh. It can be so extremely difficult. Especially if you do not have a fondness to the material being satirized. Satirized. Because the writer-director of Farce of the Penguins is Bob Saget, and I have not seen a single thing discussed where he was at all fond of like penguins, unless like there's someone extremely that I don't know that's loves and knows how much he loves penguins. Excuse me. Just don't see that as being a actual thing that he cares about, like, at all. Sorry. Penguin's back. There we go. So ow, my toe. Ow. Hurt my toe. This music's a little loud. That's better. Okay. Sorry. Okay. And now... If they had more care, what they were parodying would have got actual footage themselves. Because a lot of the film, which I haven't done research, So if I'm wrong, let me know. But from what I've seen of the footage, it really just looks like they took footage from somewhere else, re-stitched it together, and did god-awful voiceovers and like compiled a bunch of footage so they could do it like that. I think, actually, to preface a lot of what I'm saying, I may not actually get to do this because I'm actually getting a little hungry. So, I'll probably going to finish the review offline. I'm going to actually save this. And if you want to read more of my reviews for actual films, I have a Letterboxd link in my description. Not in this description, but Letterboxd in my homepage. So, yeah. I think that's it for tonight, actually. Yeah, I know this was a little messed up, a little skeefed, but I think this went pretty well. No, I don't think anyone actually joined my live stream at all. No, nobody did. It's bound to happen. I just have to clean up a bit of what I've been doing. See how my footage actually came out for this. See what I could do better, what I can add. Am I actually in my wide view? That's another thing, is I'm so paranoid that I did that on stream. Damn it. Well, didn't mean to do some things on the stream. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of it. Thank you for watching what I did. Hope this was enjoyable somewhat. Yeah, and peace out. Bye-bye. Bye.